Bennett Davison with a EuroHooplife podcast. We're interviewing Erron Maxey and his experience in Hungary. Erron, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Bennett. How are you?
Doing the same old, same old. It's a beautiful outside. After this interview, I may go for a little bike ride or something to go sit on the roof and get a little tan.
Nice. Enjoy
Dallas,
it.
Texas. Exactly.
Enjoy it. We have thunderstorms passing through here in Atlanta right now.
Well, we did yesterday, so we get a good 2 bad days and 1 good day. So we're going to go outside and enjoy that. Well, let's dig into Hungary. We talked about your Australian experience was an amazing one for you. Japan sounded like it was a clear and easy situation for you, except for the cold. But Hungary, EuroHooplife is designed to help players find which countries are most reliable, along with which teams. This sounds like it's a bit of a headache, the team that you played for in Hungary. Go into the situation of how you found this job.
Yeah, so I ended up landing this job. I had just finished up playing in the D League, had sat out, had my knee scoped in the season before. So I'd been working out at LA Fitness, and a kid went ahead and told me, hey, my buddy, he happens to be an agent. You definitely got game. You should be playing. So let me go ahead and make a phone call and see what happens. So I went ahead, told him, gave him all my info. He called his boy, and literally 2 days later, I'm being called saying, hey, I got a job for you. Come on over.
Oh, really?
So
the game is like you get an interview or an offer on Monday. You sign it Tuesday, and they're like, we want you to leave Friday. It's like, oh, all right, I guess I'm leaving there for the next 9 months.
Right. So that's, it was literally that quick. So I went ahead, and by the end of the week, I was already taking off for Hungary. So I really didn't know what to expect, going over there. But, once I got there, it was a nightmare from the jump.
Really? Like what kind of experience? What was it? Step one?
So step one, I went ahead and landed, and they said that there's another guy who was on the flight with me. I had no idea, who was expected or anything like that. And, guy went ahead, got off the plane. It was my buddy Mike. We didn't know each other, and it was just like, hey, who are you playing for? We didn't, figure this out until literally we landed in Budapest.
Yep.
And we're both standing around waiting for, our ride. Again, we don't know who's picking us up, nothing like that. And we're just sitting there, we're just kind of chit-chatting, and we're like, okay, I guess we're kind of with the same agency or going to the same team. So we were able to figure out we were going to the same team. So we drove about, 2.5 hours and pulled up in Kaposvar, and they had us, in 2 separate apartments, huge apartments, old school kind of Eastern European, setup. Kind of the big project buildings. But, we walked inside and there's about 3 inches of dust all over the place.
What?
So it's like, did you even know that we were coming? Yeah, so, there was nothing. So Mike was staying in another building, kind of, just the next block over. So I had walked outside. He walked out at about the same time. It's like, is your place covered in dust? And, both our places were covered in dust. And so, he came over to my place, helped me clean up. I went over to his place, helped clean up, which, took us probably about a good 3.5, 4 hours between the 2 places just to make it livable just for the night.
Yeah.
So, so the next day, we get up and, we went ahead and met outside, but, we're trying to figure out, who we're going to meet up with. The team was out of town for that weekend, and we were just there, literally trying to figure things out. So, they went ahead, dropped off a car, and said, you got the car for the weekend, practice is Monday morning, 8 o'clock. And we're just like, who's taking us? Where's,
money,
anything around us?
How do we eat? What's money? Yeah.
Right. So they don't give us anything. So, got a couple bucks in the pocket, and, we're just trying to figure it out. So we're literally kind of riding around, looking for something. So we stumbled into a McDonald's. We're like, all right, well, I guess we're going to eat at McDonald's for, the next, kind of 2.5 days, because we don't have any pots and pans, nothing to be able to cook with in the apartments. And that's how things got started with that team.
Wow. So once that happened, so you got the first week. I was a short little story. I went over to an exposure camp, and it was me and 6 other Americans, and it was siesta. So we get there at like 6 in the morning. We take a little nap after we get to the hotel. There's no food. There's nothing there. So we didn't even eat for the first 24 hours we got there, because the time we went out was siesta, and we didn't even know how to speak Italian. So similar situations like that, we're just like, hey, good luck. We'll see you when we see you. But it's just nice to know when there's teams out there that take care of you. So once you ended up getting on the team in the practice, what were some of the other issues that you ended up coming across?
Some of the issues, it was a long list. our apartments, they weren't heated. So at one point I went from, the dusty place into a new place that wasn't heated. And then they put me in like a penthouse of a really nice place. But, even with that place, it ended up getting broken into, which I still think is a setup to this day. So I had that go on. The team, facilities, they weren't up to par. I mean, any type of, treatment, rehab, anything like that, you got to, get it done on your own. Our trainer, basically the guy had more lotions than any, cosmetic place on,
like
on the planet.
And it was, but he's supposed to be your team doctor.
Right. So, I mean, the guy had, this cream for this type of injury, this cream, and it's like you put the cream on in some plastic wrap, and that's supposed to make the swelling go down. So that was just a mess. And then on top of all that, our money was super late. So, I mean, it ended up getting to be 3.5 months in the hole. And even though they had basically a players union that had gone on in Hungary, even at the end of the season, I still wasn't paid in full. So it just made, all that time, it put a bitter taste in my mouth.
All right. So, and obviously we got straight to the point. The topics of how was the living situation sounds like a thumbs down. The basketball playing, thumbs down. The medical portion of it, thumbs down. The financial portion of it, thumbs down. So, with the final question, would you recommend any other player go play for this team if they got a job offer?
As far as with this team, I'd say just stay away, from it. I don't know if management's changed or anything like that, but, just with the people that I know who had played for them, they have the same experience, same things with this particular club. So I just say, stay away, look to play for somebody else over there.
Okay. And did you file any arbitrations or any F.I.B.A litigations against this team at all?
As far as with this team, I didn't. I was young at the time. And, just trying to figure things out. The agent said, everything was going to be fine. The league had the little league, kind of guarantee that you would be paid. So, I mean, I finally received all my money. I want to say it was like July. And like I said, it came up short. And at that point, it was just kind of, better than nothing at this point. Just chalk it up to the game and, just keep things moving and just know, I'm not going to go back and ever play there.
Yeah, and that's kind of what when I first came into Turkey and they didn't pay the last $60,000, say, hey, just charge it to the game. And I feel that, as an American and, just with international and you're packing up and leaving and you're sacrificing your body, and as you said, you had a couple knee scopes and Crohn's disease and all that type of stuff, that shouldn't be something that players that go and basically we're traveling salespeople, we shouldn't have to be able to put up with. We should have something that you do feel like there is a backup plan or there is the actual F.I.B.A is backing us up or has some kind of a secondary plan in case this situation does happen.
No, I agree, because a lot of times with F.I.B.A, unless you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions a year, even just the filing of arbitration isn't really worthwhile. And the big thing is whether you're $1 short or you're $1 million short, it doesn't matter. Everybody's in a different situation, economically, financially. And what you earn is what you earn. And a lot of these teams just need to be held accountable because they hold us accountable. And if we don't do our job, then they're going to put us on the next thing, smoking, going home. Yep. So, these teams need to go ahead and own up to, what they need to do. And you need to respect the contracts, and F.I.B.A needs to, go ahead and hold, these teams accountable, because everybody has a horror story or horror stories of not being paid in full.
Yep. Understood. Well, if there's any way that somebody else wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you, and what project are you working on a daily basis now?
Right now, I have my regular Instagram page, Erron Maxey. All my basketball stuff's there, and people can reach me there. And at the same time, I'm also a lifestyle consultant, so people can reach me at Maxey_lifestyle consultant. And there, anything that they need, they can go ahead, message me, and I'll be more than willing to, chat and help people out.
Awesome, Erron. Thank you for your time with another EuroHooplife podcast.
Thanks for having me, Bennett. I appreciate it.
Take care.